So, good afternoon for Game 2 as the Hünstetten STORM host the Cologne Cardinals. Very short break in between Game 1 and Game 2, but regardless, it's starting here, first pitch, in the next couple of minutes as Storm take the field as they are the home team for Game 2. Lineup for the Cardinals at shortstop, number 21, Roman Trujillo. Number 5, Vincent Arenas, who is the catcher. Batting third, first base, number 3, Moritz Judica. Batting fourth, designated hitter, number 9, Paul Statler. He'll be followed by the third baseman, number 4, Carl Wenzel. Second baseman, number 18, Ile Musini. Right field, 28, Jakob Bolt. Left field, number 48, Christopher Goebel. Center field, number 10, Nicholas Piontek. The pitcher for the Cardinals this afternoon will be number 15, Marcelino. Defensively for the Storm, shortstop, Peter Kiefer. Second base, Sammy Guilherme. Left field, Phil Meyer. Third base, Orlando Del Moro. First base, Noah Lawrence. Center field, Ian Hardman. Right field, Oliver Yoakum. Catcher, Douglas Yoakum. And our pitcher for the Game 2 action will be Jake Liberta. Sun is out. Difference of just, 1 hour. We've gone from rain and a rain delay to baseball weather. So, as with Game 1, the chat is open. If you want to actually send us a message on the chat, please feel free to do so. Keep it respectful, keep it clean. As Game 2 is about to be underway. As warm-up pitches have been thrown, Roman Trujillo is stepping into the right-handed batter's box, and Jake Liberta has the ball and is on the rubber now looking in to his catcher, Douglas Yoakum. And the first pitch of Game 2, swung on and tapped, fielded by third baseman, throws over, and makes the out on a speedy Roman Trujillo. Orlando Del Moro from his backside throws over and is able to get the speedy runner. One pitch, one out to start off the afternoon game. That brings up the catcher for the Cardinals, number 5, Vincent Arenas. Since the sun is out and it's a bit windy, hopefully that'll dry things off here, as we did have a rather wet start to the Game 1 in a rain delay. First pitch to Arenas is low for a ball. Welcome those of you who are tuning in to us here for Game 2. Liberta's next pitch slapped right back to Liberta, who takes it, lobs it over to Noah Lawrence for out number 2. 3 pitches, 2 outs. Recorded. Brings up number 3, the first baseman, Moritz Judica. Liberta has come set. Pitches in there for a called strike. Afternoon is looking rather nice. Next pitch fouled at home plate. Looks like Judica actually fouled that off his own foot as he is gingerly walking around the outside of the batter's box. Home plate umpire asking him if he's okay. Now he's back in the box. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Very quick inning. 3 up, 3 down on 6 pitches. Takes us to the bottom of the first. 0-0. So it looks like the ball's being thrown around. Marceliano will be pitching lefty for the Cardinals. He will face the batting order of number 18, Petey Kiefer. Batting second, number 8, Sammy Guillerme. Batting third, number 31, Phil Meyer. Batting cleanup, number 66, Noah Lawrence. Batting fifth, number 48, Orlando Del Moro. Followed by number 11, Ian Hardman, our designated hitter for the afternoon. Number 36, Oliver Lee. He'll be followed by 22, Douglas Yoakum. And batting ninth, number 26, Oliver Yoakum. In the left-handed batter's box is our shortstop, number 18, Petey Kiefer. In the first pitch to Kiefer, high, ball 1. Wind is blowing. Looks like it's coming from, next pitch is low and outside, ball 2. Can't tell if wind is coming in from the outfield or not. I think it's blowing in from center. Kiefer swung and missed, or may have got a slight piece of that ball, but it is strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike count now on Kiefer. Yeah, yes, it looks like wind is blowing in from left center as the sun has come out. The 2-1 swung on and hit to the left fielder, who doesn't move much, maybe 1 or 2 steps to his glove side for out number 1. And that brings up our second baseman, number 8, Sammy Guillerme. Guillerme's in the box now. First pitch that he sees. High and outside, ball 1. On deck is Phil Meyer. Next pitch dances away from that one, ball 2. Wind is definitely picking up. I see umbrellas threatening to fly away. The 2-0 pitch is hit for a 1-out single to center. Brings up Phil Meyer. Phil Meyer batting with 1 out and a teammate at first, thanks to Sammy Guillerme's 1-out single. Myers in the batter's box. First pitch he sees is in there for a called strike. Guillerme not taking too much of a lead off of first. On deck is Noah Lawrence. Throw over. Guillerme takes the 2 steps quickly back to the bag. Meyer had to duck out of the, well, not duck, but back out of the way of the next pitch as it was around his knees. It's a 1 ball, 1 strike count now to Phil. Squares around the bunt, but pulls the bat back. Ball 2. Three-one now is the count on Phil Meyer as that pitch was up and out of the zone. Guillerme not taking much of a lead. 3-1 swung on and hit, but foul and out of play down the first base line. Full count now on our left fielder. Looking at those that did stay here at Dickman Field through the first game and then the break in the action. And Meyer's able to work a walk. 1 out, 2 on now for Noah Lawrence. The sun is out. It is a little bit windy, so the temperature is a little fresh, but the sun is out, and those that did stay look like they're enjoying themselves now, as it is rather comfortable. Two on, 1 out now for Noah Lawrence. Doesn't swing at the first pitch, but is in there for a called strike. Runners not taking much of a lead off their respective bags. The 0-1 deep inside, just able to bend out of the way of that pitch. Ball 1. On deck is Orlando Del Muro. 1-1 pitch. It's a hopper fielded by Short. Advances the runners, but an errant throw by first baseman sails it, which leads to Sammy Guillerme coming across for the first run of the game. Phil Meyer now at first base. Coming up to bat is Orlando Del Muro with 2 outs and a runner at third. The chopper to shortstop allowed the runners to advance, but an errant throw trying to get Sammy Guillerme, who did go past third base, went sailing past the third baseman, allowing Guillerme to come across and score. The first pitch of Del Muro was a called strike. Second pitch swung on, tapped to first base. First baseman takes it himself for out number 3. So after 1, Cardinals nothing, Hünstetten STORM 1. Going now into the top of the second. As we're going into the top of the second, Storm take the early lead, 1-0. Jake Liberta's warm-up tosses are finished. He'll be facing Statler, Wenzel, and Mussini, the 4, 5, 6 batters for the Cardinals. Statler's in the box. First pitch he sees from Liberta. Swung on and chopped to short. Fielded by Kiefer. Throws over. High throw, but Noah Lawrence able to glove it. Stepped on the bag for out number 1. Once again, inning starts with a 1-pitch, 1 out. Very, very efficient for Jake Liberta. Brings up to bat the third baseman, number 4, Carl Wenzel. Liberta has come set. Pitch is in there, called strike. Oh, 1, chopped to third. Demoro fields it, throws over. Gloved for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. Brings up the bat the second baseman, number 18, Eli Mussini. First pitch swinging, fouls it out of play behind home plate into the wheat fields. Wheat has grown in quite nicely since the beginning of the season. And the way the wind is blowing, it actually looks like waves on water. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Liberta, having a long look in, has the sign. Now the 0-2 pitch. Chopper, slow roller to the short, fires over for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down once again for Jake Liberta. Great defense behind the pitcher. Takes us to the bottom of the second. Storm leading 1-0. Going into the bottom of the second, Storm leading 1-0. It will be Ian Hardman, Oliver Lee, and Douglas Yoakum, the first 3 batters coming into this half of the inning. Ian Hardman's in the box. First pitch he sees. High, ball 1. Next pitch swung on and hit deep and out of here. Ian Hardman with a home run. Ian Hardman, he needed that one. That was solid hit. Outfielders barely made a movement. So, Storm now lead 2-0. It has taken most of the season, but Ian Hardman has hit that home run he's been talking about needing to hit. Great to see that. Great to see that. All his teammates out welcoming him back. The next pitch to Oliver Lee. The first pitch to Oliver Lee is in there for a called strike. Next pitch tapped foul. Back to the backstop. Quickly 0-2 on our designated hitter. The 0-2 pitch. And that was a late called strike 3. Looked inside, but home plate umpire decided he was going to ring him up anyway. With one out, brings up our catcher, number 22, Douglas Yoakum. First pitch of Yoakum, high and outside, ball 1. That was called a strike for Oliver Lee, so not entirely sure what the strike zone is going to be. Yoakum swinging a miss, 1-1 now. One pitch, swung on and hit, and just foul down the third base line. 1 ball, 2 strike count now for our catcher. His brother Oliver Yoakum is on deck. Time called by the catcher. Two count as that pitch was wide and out, just wide of the zone in the left-handed batter's box. The 2-2 swung on and hit high, very high pop-up, and caught by the left fielder for out number 2. Brings up Oliver Yoakum. Oliver Yoakum playing right field today. And I do see Storm has sent the bat boy out to collect Ian Hardman's home run ball. Hopefully it doesn't get lost out in the field. Outside, ball 1. One-0 pitch fouled back into the wheat field. 1-1 count now. On deck is Petey Kiefer. The 1-1 is in there for called strike. Actually, that was a nice pitch, if I do be honest. But Yoakum swings at a ball that was in the dirt for out number 3. Ian Hardman's home run adds another run to the board going into the top of the third. Storm 2, Cardinals nothing. So as we're going into the top of the third, Jake Liberta taking his warm-up tosses. He'll face Bolt, Goebel, and Piontek for the Cardinals. Warm-up tosses are done. Ball's being tossed around the infield. That brings Bolt up to bat. So Bolt is now stepping into the right-handed batter's box. Pitch from Liberta. Not a strike. Just outside of the zone for called ball. Liberta's next pitch misses zone as well. Ball 2. The 2-0 pitch. Chopper to short, fielded, fired, out number 1. Brings up number 48, the left fielder, Christopher Goebel. First pitch to Goebel is low and inside, ball 1. As the Ian Hardman's home run ball has been collected. Bat boy did not get lost out in the field. That's good to see. Liberta's next pitch, a little 2 inside, ball 2. The 2-0 pitch. Replay of the previous batter, chopped to the shortstop fires over for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. Brings up the center fielder, number 10, Nicholas Piontek. Piontek stepping into the batter's box for the first time in game 2, as we just started. Right-hander is in the box. In the first pitch from Liberta. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Liberta's 1-0 pitch. Popped foul and out of play, back behind home plate into the fields. Strike 2. Liberta's looking in. Has his pitch. The 0-2. High, ball 1. Liberta with the 1-2 pitch, swing and a foul ball behind Cardinal dugout into foul territory. Keeps the at-bat alive. Still 1 ball, 2 strike count with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. Liberta's next pitch. Hit just beyond the press box here. Foul ball. Still a 1-2 count. Liberta with a long look into his catcher. Has the pitch that he wants. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Swinging, strike 3 to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Sends us to the bottom of the third. Storm still leading 2-0. As we're going into the bottom of the third inning, Storm up 2-0. It will be back to the starting of their order. Petey Kiefer, Sammy Guillerme, Phil Meyer. Now in the left-handed batter's box is our shortstop, Petey Kiefer. First pitch he sees of the bottom of the third is low and outside for a ball. Next pitch in there for a called strike. The 1-1 check swing foul and out of play. Strike 2. So it's a 1-2 count on Petey Kiefer. Swing and a foul ball down the right field line. Stays alive in the at-bat. Ball is being retrieved. We have the break in action here. One-two pitch, swung and skied high, playable in foul territory. And, just out of reach. Foul ball keeps the at-bat for Petey Kiefer alive. One-two, swung on. Little cue ball swing, barehanded, and he's out. I thought he actually beat out the throw. Great barehanded play by the third baseman. Respect for that play. Though I do believe Petey Kiefer was safe, but regardless, out number 1 has been recorded. Brings up the bat our second baseman, Sammy Guillerme. First pitch low, ball 1 to Guillerme. One-zero high for 2-0. The 2-0 pitch hit foul down the right field line for strike 1. The wind pushed it apparently out of the way. Like I said, we are having a wind coming in from, blowing in inward from left. The 2-1 hit and drops in for a base hit. Guillerme is going for two as diving in head first with a one-out double. Ball just happened to fall right in between second and the right fielder. Now with one out, runner at second brings up our left fielder, Phil Meyer. Brings out the manager for the Cardinals to talk to his pitcher. There's been no action in the bullpen, but this is probably to calm him down. So as the T-Barty at the mound progresses, Lionel Chatham taking his time to tell Phil Meyer what to do, giving some instruction to Sammy Guillerme. Tea party's over. Now brings up Phil Meyer with one out, runner at second. On deck is Noah Lawrence. First pitch to Meyer, bunt, but bunt foul. Not exactly what Phil was wanting to do there. I could see why he would want to bunt, move the runner over, get some small ball going here. Unfortunately, since it bunted foul, it is strike one. Guillerme off the bag. Throws back, but ball gets, errant throw by the pitcher, gets past the second baseman. Guillerme into third on the errant throw. Now, Phil Meyer has a runner in scoring position with one out and one strike. Error on the second baseman not being able to take the throw, but it was a bad throw by the pitcher. Bunt shown. Phil Meyer takes the bat, pulls back before the ball gets there. Ball one. One ball, one strike count now on Phil Meyer, runner in scoring position with one out here in the bottom of the third. Fouled out of play, strike two. Ball tapped foul back into the wheat. So now the one ball, two strike count. Gets away. Wild pitch brings Sammy Guillerme home, extending the lead 3-0. That's now 2 runs scored by our second baseman. Phil Meyer batting with a 2-2 count, no one on base. Swing and a drop by the center fielder. Puts Phil Meyer at first, bringing up the bat, Noah Lawrence. Error by the center fielder not being able to make a routine catch. Puts Phil Meyer at first with only one out. Noah Lawrence up to bat. First, Lawrence doesn't see a pitch as the throw over, though Phil Meyer was not that far off the bag. Still no one warming up for the Cardinals. On deck should be Del Moro. Foul ball makes it an 0-1 count on our first baseman. Yep, Del Moro is now in the on-deck circle. Looks like he had to go find his batting helmet. Whoa, throw over just called him out. Well, Phil Meyer picked off of first. I call a judgment of the first base umpire on that one, as Meyer's foot was on the bag before he was hit in the face by the glove. Regardless, can't challenge that. Now it is 2 outs, no one on for Noah Lawrence with an 0-1 count. Catches the bottom of the zone for an 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout ends the inning. But another runner has come across for Storm. Going into the top of the fourth, it is 3-0 Hünstetten STORM. So Jake Liberta back on the mound here, going into the top of the third. First pitch to Trujillo. Music is still playing, unfortunately. Now because umpire decided to start the inning a bit quicker than normal. We had the music still going from the PA system. First pitch was a ball. But the next pitch is a called strike to Roman Trujillo. As with the start of game 2, the start of the inning happened rather quickly and wasn't indicated by the home plate umpire. Whoa! I don't know if that was a called strike or said that the batter went around, but that is a strikeout for Jake Liberta. Brings up the catcher, number 5, Vincent Arenas. Arenas stepping into the batter's box. On deck is Jodicki. First pitch to Arenas is a ball, just doesn't catch the zone. One 0 is low, 2-0. The 2-0 from Liberta is a little too inside, ball 3. The 3-0 pitch from Liberta It is a 4-pitch walk. First base runner for the Cardinals of the afternoon. Brings up to bat the first baseman, number 3, Moritz Judicke. Liberta's pitch, low and outside, ball 1. Next pitch swung on, hit high. See if it's playable. Nope, just out of play. Foul ball, strike 1. 1-1 count now to Judicke. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. The 1-2. First base umpire says he doesn't swing on that one. So it is a 2-2 count now. Liberta's 2-2. Golf shot, but caught by Ian Hardman, who had to go from center to left center. Makes the out for out number 2. Brings up the bat, the designated hitter, number 9, Paul Statler. I want to say good afternoon to all of you who are tuning in live on YouTube. I also want to say happy Father's Day to the U.S. fathers, as it is Father's Day in the United States. First pitch to Statler is a foul. Goes back to the backstop. Strike 1. We had German Father's Day 2 weeks ago, in which we had a doubleheader here at Dickman Field. Today is U.S. Father's Day. So I wish my own father happy Father's Day because I know he's tuning in. Throw down, but unable to tag the runner who had advanced or tried advancing but got back in. It is a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Liberta's pitch, a little too low. Ball 2. It was a good pitch, but Statler wasn't swinging. Full count. Swung on, chopped to short. Safe at first as Statler was able to leg out the throw from short. Puts 2 on for the third baseman, number 4, Carl Wenzel. Wenzel batting with 2 on and 2 out. Oh. Unfortunately, the throw down from catcher is not caught by the first baseman. Runner comes around from second to score, as the runner at first was actually standing in front of and moved in front of the first baseman on the throw. Wasn't called interference by the base runner, but he did step into the path of the throw from catcher to first. Cardinals score their first run. Liberta's next pitch, high, ball 2. Liberta's 2-0 pitch is called strike as it catches the zone. Low, ball 3. Swung on foul down third base line. That keeps the at-bat alive. Full count now for the third baseman. Berta has his sign. Swung on, golfed, but playable. Caught for out number 3. Wasn't a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Storm as Cardinals are able to get a run across on an errant, I would say an errant throw because that's how it was ruled, but either way, it is going into the bottom of the 4th inning. Storm 3, Cardinals 1. Going into the bottom of the 4th inning, Storm up 3-1. It'll be Del Moro, Hardman, and Oliver Lee. Marciano still on the mound for the Cardinals. There is now action in the bullpen. First pitch, Del Moro is a called strike. Del Moro gets wood on that ball, taps it foul, quickly 0-2. Low and inside, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strike count now on our third baseman, Del Moro. Who unfortunately went for a ball low in the zone for swinging strike 3. Strikeout to start the bottom of the 4th inning, but brings up our center fielder, Ian Hardman. Hardman with a home run in his last at bat. Now in the box. Takes a pitch in there, across the plate for called strike one. Swung, could not catch up to that high heat. It is quickly 0-2. Catcher sets up low. Stays alive, just gets a piece of that ball. Now Hardman is back in the box. Still an 0-2 count. Hits another deep ball. And he has another home run with a bat flip. Have yourself a day, Ian Hardman. 2 at-bats, 2 home runs. This one was warranted with that bat flip. Same place, it looks like, as well. Ian Hardman takes back the run that came across in the top of the inning. It's now 4-1 Storm. Up to bat now, our designated hitter, number 36, Oliver Lee. Pitch to Lee. High, ball 1. High, ball 2. On deck is Douglas Yoakum. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Now the 2-1 pitch. Outside, ball 3. I wouldn't be surprised if Marcelino is pulled. Swinging miss, strike 2. It's full count now on Oliver. The 3-2. Ooh, Oliver Lee thought he was going to get called ball 4, but it was right down over the plate. That was actually a very good pitch, and it is a strikeout looking. Brings up the bat, Douglas Yoakum. Yoakum batting with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. He gets on base. His brother, first pitch tapper back to third. Oh, and he gets on base. Not only that, he's taking second on the errant throw. It's a 2-out single with extra base on the errant throw. Brings up the bat his brother, number 26, Oliver Yoakum. Errant throw by the third baseman allows Douglas Yoakum to get to second. Now his brother Oliver Yoakum up to bat with 2 outs. Swing and a tapper just like his brother to third, except this time the throw is on target for out number 3. Ian Hardman hits another one. Sends us to the top of the 5th inning. Storm 4, Cardinals 1. Going into the top of the fifth inning, Storm leading 4-1. Warm-up tosses being made. Since Doug Ashokan was on base, he's getting his gear back on. He's now ready to take the warm-up tosses from his battery mate, Jake Liberta. Tale of two different games. Game one was a continuation of Saturday's contest that started in Cologne but got rained out, or rain delayed rather. Continued here in Hünstetten, but rain, clouds, cold, not really baseball weather. Cardinals won 11-4. Now, game two, Storm leading 4-1 going here into the top of the fifth. This will be a 7-inning contest, as technically it is second game of what is effectively a doubleheader. First game went 9 innings, but 7 innings here. The doubleheader rules for the DBL is 2 7-inning games, and it's technically what we did today. So now into the top of the fifth. It'll be Eli Mazzoni who looks at pitch number one for a called strike. And I see the bat boy is being sent to go fetch Ian's second home run ball. Tapper, foul down the third base line. Strike two. On deck is Bolt. He'll be followed by Goebel. That's the 1-2-3 for this inning from the Cardinals. That was outside, ball one. It's been called a ball and a strike throughout this game, but that was outside for a ball. Now the 1-2 pitch. Tapper. And Lauren's able to take it himself for out number one. That brings up the right fielder, number 28, Jakob Bolt. Bolt is in the batter's box now. Berta's pitch outside, ball one. The 1-0 swung on, foul down first base line. 1-1 count. As I was saying, it's a tale of two different games. Weather condition-wise, it is a beautiful afternoon for baseball. You would never really know. It's almost 6 p.m. local time. 1-1 from Liberta. Low. Bounced up in there for ball two. One of the benefits of where we live, the daylight hours extend later into the evening, especially as we get closer to summer. Liberta's 2-1 pitch. Swung on, foul, out of play, 2-2 count. We don't have midnight baseball. It's not a land of the midnight sun here, but we do have very late evenings, twilight, which is good, as we don't have lights here at Dickman Field. Not yet, anyway. Foul, out of play, stays alive in the at-bat, still 2-2. When the weather is lovely like this, and we do have some beautiful evening or late afternoon sun, it makes for perfect baseball weather, especially it's not too hot. High, ball three. Liberta has his sign. Now the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Swinging strikeout for out number 2. That brings up the left fielder, number 48, Christopher Gibble. Gibble in the right-handed batter's box. Swing and a slow roller fielded by Del Moro. Throws over. Gloved for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. Ends the top of the 5th inning. Going now into the bottom of the 5th. Storm 4, Cardinals 1. As we're going to the bottom of the 5th inning, since this is only a 7-inning contest, it's technically 7th inning stretch time as we have just 2 more innings. It will be the top of the order for Storm. Kiefer Guillerme Meyer still facing Marcelino. There was question if we could actually get in 7 innings. And at this rate, we will be able to finish the game. Warm-up tosses are being thrown around the infield. Petey Kiefer slowly walking to the batter circle as home plate umpire does clean off the plate. As I said, it will be Kiefer Guillerme Meyer, the 1-2-3 for Storm. Stepping into the left-handed batter's box, our shortstop, number 18, Petey Kiefer. Foul tip. That is a foul tip, strike 1. Lays off the next pitch. It is low in the zone, ball 1. It's a 1-1 count now. Let's start us off in the bottom of the 5th inning. Out. Oh, catches a zone on the outside. Called strike 2. The 1-2, way outside, ball 2. Now the 2-2 to Kiefer. Foul directly back to the screen. Stays alive. Stays alive in the at-bat with a 2-2 count. A little check swing off the end of the bat, but he's able to leg out an infield single, and he's going to go for 2 as it was an errant throw by the shortstop. Infield single, takes second on the error. That is a leadoff hit. Takes second on the errant throw, brings up Sammy Guillerme. Sammy Guillerme stepping into the right-handed batter's box with Petey Kiefer at second. Shows bunt, pulls it back. High ball 1. James is running up here. The 1-0 to Kiefer, the 1-0 to Guillerme. Tries to lay down the bunt. It is not successful, so it is now a 1-ball, 1-strike count to Guillerme. One swung on and hit, skied high, but out of play first base line out into the wheat field. 1 ball, 2 strike count now. The 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. Throw down to first. Completes the strikeout. That's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Brings up the bat, left fielder, number 31, Phil Meyer. Marcino comes set. Pitch to Meyer. Outside, ball 1. Little high, little outside. Ball 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. No, foul tip. Sorry, foul tip. Strike 1. One pitch swung on, fouled. Back into the wheat field. 1-2 the count. One and two count on Phil Meyer with Petey Kiefer at second. Time called by the catcher. He's going out to discuss something with the pitcher. Looks like they were not exactly on the same page. Gives time for the bat boy to bring out a fresh set of balls for the home plate umpire. Short discussion is over. Catcher's now back in the position. It is a 1 ball, 2 strike count with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Marcino, long look in. Steps off a bit, resets. Has a sign. Kiefer not going. Foul tip. Held on for out number 2. That brings up Noah Lawrence. Lawrence batting now with 2 outs. And Petey Kiefer at second. Lawrence makes it on base. Orlando Del Moro is on deck. First pitch to Lawrence on its way. Oh. Step off, trying to get Petey Kiefer to go back to second. So, redo this. Kiefer back, same place he was before the step off. Little high and outside, ball 1 to Lawrence. Storm put together 4 runs on 5 hits this afternoon in game 2. One-0 pitch. Hit skied high, but playable for right fielder. Squeezes it for out number 3. That takes us to the top of the 6th inning. Storm leading 4-1. Going into the top of the sixth inning, Storm leading 4-1. Jake Liberta still on the mound. 61 pitches on the afternoon, 5 innings pitched, no earned runs, 4 strikeouts, and only 1 walk. He'll face Nicholas Piontek, Roman Trujillo, and Vincent Arens, the 1-2-3 from the Cardinals this inning. Oh, Liberta is warm. Stepping into the batter's box is Piontek. Liberta's pitch swung on and hit and caught by Phil Meyer. 1 pitch, 1 out. We've now had 3, now make that 4 innings where Liberta has 1 pitch, 1 out to lead off the inning. Brings up the bat the shortstop, number 21, Roman Trujillo. Bounced up in there, ball 1. Trujillo not swinging. Pretty sure he was taking no matter where that pitch was. Swung on that one. Chopper just past Petey Kiefer for the first hit of the afternoon, game 2. So no hitter is broken up on a bouncer up the middle. Brings up the bat the catcher, number 5, Vincent Arenas. Vinny Arens talking to his skipper, who has made his way all the way from the third base coach's box. Oh, and now I see why. It looks like Roman Trujillo may have injured himself on that run. Skipper's coming over to check him out. First base coach was talking to him. Now it looks like Noah Lawrence and Sammy Guerme are also over here talking to him. The way he is favoring his leg, I would say that's a strain at the very least. Hopefully he's not too injured from this, but we do have a break in the action as discussion is going on as will he stay in or not. And looks like we're going to have a pinch runner for Trujillo. Once we find out who it's going to be, we'll let you know. Yeah, Trujillo, the way he's walking, it looks like that could be a quad or a hamstring. Just shows that doesn't matter how hard you run, it can still happen. Feel bad for the young shortstop for the Cardinals. Pinch runner is now on first. Once I get the name, I'll let you know. Pinch runner is number 32, Finn Jacoby. So, Jacoby is on the bag. He will be pinch running for Trujillo. Play is resumed. Arens is back in the box now. Great job blocking the ball by Douglas Yoakum. Ball 1 to Arens with 1 out and a runner at first. Ball 2. Looks like Liberta is trying to keep it low in his zone and deuce that grounder for the double play. The 2-0 pitch. Catches zone, called strike 1. Great pitch. Aaron's kind of moved out of the way a little bit, thinking that was going to be somewhere else, but stayed in the zone. The 2-1. Oh, where was that one? Excuse me, Mr. Home Plate Umpire. That was a strike up until now. 3 balls, 1 strike count. Swing, and it is a single into left. Back-to-back hits after being hitless until now. Brings up the bat number 3, Morris Utica. Utica batting now with teammates at first and second, and 1 away. Good afternoon, Sheila. Nice to see you in the chat again. Liberta takes a look back at second. Doesn't get the called strike. It is low. Ball 1 to Utica. Oh, off the glove of Guillerme. They had him picked off, but Guillerme, the ball went off of the glove. Guillerme just not able to catch the ball. Now a little timeout as Guillerme did run directly into Jacoby. So everyone is back in their positions. Still a 1 ball, no strike count, 1 out. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Liberta with a long look in, glance back at second. The 1-2 pitch, a little high and outside, ball 2. Two count. Misses zone, ball 3, full count now on Utica with 1 out, 2 on. And he walks him. Bases loaded now with 1 out. Brings up number 9, Paul Sattler. Liberta in a situation he hasn't been in this afternoon. Bases loaded. There is 1 out, and since there's 1 out, it's forced at every base. Liberta wants to go through the signs again. He wasn't happy with the first go around. Now has his pitch. Swung on and just drops fair. 1 run is across. 2 runs across. It is an RBI single It's now 4-3 Cardinals. Coming up to bat now, number 4, Carl Wenzel with it's a bases loaded single, brings home 2. Umpire signals play. A little bit high and outside. Ball 1 to Wenzel. Swung on and hit deep, but playable. Caught by the left fielder. And the runner from third comes across. It is a tie ball game now, 4-4 on a flyout. Sacrifice fly ties it up. That brings up second baseman number 18, Mussini. Mussini batting with 2 out, runner at third. Pitch to Mussini. High, ball 1. Swung on, skied high, but out of play. Strike 1 on the foul ball. 1-1 count now with 2 outs. Tie ball game as the Cardinals have put a crooked number up on the board. Fouled, home plate, strike 2. The 1-2 pitch from Liberta. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Ends the inning. Unfortunately, 3 Cardinals have come across to tie the ball game up. Going into the bottom of the 6th inning, 4-4. As we're going into the bottom of the 6th inning, whole new ball game now as Cardinals able to tie it up. Cardinals sending up another pitcher, a new pitcher. It'll be number 7, Nikolai Kirchhoff. Can't tell if there's any other changes. He'll face Del Moro, Ian Hardman, and Oliver Lee. Does look like Doesn't look like there's any other defensive changes at the moment. Looks like it's just a new pitcher. Kirchhoff has his warm-up tosses in. Coming up to bat here in the bottom of the sixth inning, our third baseman, number 48, Orlando Del Moro. Del Moro in the box. First pitch he sees. In there, over the plate, called strike one. Catcher sets up on the outside. High, ball one. The 1-1. Swung on, skied high. And hits off the umbrella right here in front of the press box. Had a fan take his hat off to try to catch the ball, but it hit off the umbrella that was directly above him. 1-2 count now on Del Moro. Swung on and hit, and down. Fair ball. All the way to the wall. Del Moro with a leadoff stand-up double. Leadoff stand-up double for Del Moro brings up to bat Ian Hardman. Kirchhoff pitch low in the zone, ball one. On deck is Oliver Lee, DH. Oh, they intentionally walk Ian Hardman. Ian Hardman not getting an opportunity to hit a third home run. Now with no outs, 2 on, brings up the designated hitter, Oliver Lee. Lee lays down the bunt. Unfortunately, the ball goes foul, out of play behind home plate. Time called by the batter. Signs being given down from the third base coach's box. Oliver Lee waiting on the next pitch. Is not hit. I don't know how he jumped out of the way of that pitch. It was right there in his pocket. 1 ball, 1 strike count now to our designated hitter. Squares around the bunt, but no contact. Ball was outside of the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike count. Squared up for bunt again. Does not run themselves out of the inning or not out of the inning. That Del Moro was running on the bunt. Unfortunately, it is no contact made. But Del Moro caught in the rundown for out number 1. It is a 2 ball, 2 strike count. 2 ball, 2 strike count with 1 out now and runner at first. The 2-2. Low, ball 3. On deck is Douglas Yoakum. Ball 4. So it is a one-out walk to Oliver Lee, brings up Douglas Yoakum. Yoakum batting with runners at first and second. Yoakum getting the signs from his skipper. Pitch to Yoakum right down the middle for called strike one. Looks like it was take all the way for Yoakum. Now the 0-1. Oh, catches zone, called strike two. Swung on, fouled, out of play. Stays alive in the at-bat. Apologies, looks like we have a little difficulty. Something's going on with our camera. One of our cameras is inactive. We'll try to get that back for you as soon as we can. The 0-2, check swing, and they rung him up. They said he went around on that one. That is not right. I'm sorry, that is not right. That is a strikeout for out number 2. Brings up the bat, Oliver Yoakum. And our camera's back. Not sure what was going on there. The only thing you missed was a bad call on a check swing. Still Oliver Yoakum batting now. 2 outs, 2 on. Pitch is in there for a called strike. Try to get the camera to work as soon as we can. Up the middle. Oh, yes. Ian Hardman coming around, and he will score. Ian Hardman coming around on the RBI, the 2-out RBI single from Oliver Yoakum. That was great hitting by Oliver Yoakum and great running by Ian Hardman. Storm retake the lead 5-4. Brings up the bat our shortstop, Petey Kiefer. Kiefer now batting with 2 on, 2 out. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Kiefer waiting for the first pitch to him. High and outside. Ball 1. But the next pitch is a called strike. I disagree with that strike zone. All of a sudden, what was a very good, very consistent strike zone for both sides is now kind of wacky. It's a 1-1 count now with 2 outs. Next pitch. Still waiting on the next pitch. Catcher setting up on the outside to Petey Kiefer. Just a bit high and outside. That'll advance the runners. Wild pitch sends the runners to third and second. Apologies that our camera is out at the moment. At least we have the close shot. High. Ball 3. Full count now on Petey Kiefer, runner in scoring position now. High, ball 4, walk, the bases loaded. Brings up Sammy Girame. Sammy Girame now batting, bases loaded, 2 outs. Sammy Girame having an opportunity here to hit with 2 outs but bases loaded. One run has already come across for Storm. High, ball 1. The 1-0. Swung on and nailed out of play. Strike 1 on the foul ball. Now the 1-1 to Sammy Girame. Teammate at every base. Check swing foul out of play. Strike 2. Don't think he was trying to foul that one off, but the ball found the bat. It is 1 ball, 2 strike count with 2 outs, and ducks on every bag. Another foul ball keeps the at bat alive. Girame gets on base. Phil Myers on deck. Another foul ball. Guillerme's battling here. Fresh delivery of balls being issued to the home plate umpire. Now the 1-2 pitch. Foul ball down the first base line. Do this again. Guillerme battling here. Catcher setting up outside. And Guillerme is hit. Takes the RBI the hard way. Guillerme with the RBI hit by pitch. Brings up our left fielder, number 31, Phil Meyer. Sammy Guillerme with a great at-bat. Fouling off, I lost count. I think it was 6 foul balls. Takes a ball right in the pocket for the RBI. First pitch to Meyer in there, call strike 1. Phil Meyer hitting now, bases loaded still with 2 outs. Low, it's a 1-1 count. Meyer is able to get on base. It is Noah Lawrence on deck. Meyer waits on the 1-1. Outside, ball 2. Kershoff looking in, has his sign. Catcher set up right down the middle. Now the 1-1 or the 2-1 catches a strike zone. That was right down the middle. 2-2 count on Phil Meyer. Outside, ball 3. Full count. Full count on Phil Meyer. Nowhere to put him. Outside, ball 4, RBI walk for Phil Meyer. Brings up the bat Noah Lawrence. Lawrence coming up the bat now, bases loaded still with 2 outs. Sends out the Cardinal skipper to talk to his pitcher, and his day is done. Let's see, who is the relief pitcher coming in? Number 3. We'll get a name for you shortly. Yodike. Yodike is coming in the pitch. Yodike coming in the pitch. Kershaw taken off the mound, put at first base. Left-hander having his warm-up tosses. Pitching to first baseman Noah Lawrence. Lawrence able to hit with bases loaded and 2 outs. 3 Storm have already come across the plate. It is now 7-4 Storm. 7 runs on 7 hits for Storm so far in this game 2. For the Cardinals, it's 4 runs on 3 hits. Just to remind you, since this is game 2, it will be a 7-inning affair. So, all right, music. Noah Lawrence now in the batter's box. Play is called by the umpire. First pitch to Lawrence. In there, called strike. Lawrence gets on base. It is our third baseman, Del Moro, on deck. Tapper to first. Fielded and out. Number 3 is recorded. Grounder to the first baseman gets out our first baseman to end the inning. But Storm have put up that crooked number. Going into the top of the 7th, Storm 7, Cardinals 4. Going into the top of the 7th, Storm leads 7-4. Liberta still on the mound. Liberta, 82 pitches, 6 innings pitched. Giving up 3 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, and 2 walks in this game 2. He'll face Jakob Bolt, Christopher Goebel, and Nicholas Fiontek. So coming up to bat is the right fielder, Bolt. Bolt is now in the right-handed batter's box. And the pitch from Liberta. Swung on, foul down the first base line. Strike one. Liberta has the pitch that he wants. The 0-1 to Bolt. Outside, ball one. Now the 1-1 pitch. Swung on a miss, strike two. Next weekend, Storm travel to Paderborn. Paderborn's new stadium opened up this weekend. Storm will play Saturday-Sunday series against the Untouchables. Then in 2 weekends, they'll come back here for a Sunday game against Bonn, as game 1 is in Bonn. Oh, correction, both are in Bonn as ball is hit, foul out of play. It's not a two-city series. It is both Saturday, Sunday in Bonn next week in 2 weekends. And then the Bonn Capitals will be here on July 12th. That's the next few games that we have. The 1-2 pitch on its way. Outside, ball two. Liberta with a 2-2 count now on Bolt. Fielded by the second baseman, Sammy Guilherme, throws over for out number one. First out is recorded of the top of the 7th. Brings up the left fielder, Goebel. First pitch, Goebel skied high, but out of play for foul ball. Strike one. See some big kids going after that foul ball. The 0-1 pitch doesn't catch top of the zone, ball one. Ball was just a bit high. Liberta with the 1-1 pitch now. Swing and a miss, strike two. One ball, two strike count now on the Cardinals left fielder with one out. Catches his own beautiful looking strike three for out number two. Coming up to bat now, the center fielder, Piontek. Piontek batting now with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Liberta waiting on Piontek to get in the box. Now the 2-out pitch from Liberta. It is an out. It is a complete game from Jake Liberta. Liberta wins. Storm wins. Final from Hünstetten. Hünstetten Storm 7. Cologne Cardinals 4. Game 2 is a victory for Storm. Great all-around effort by the Storm team. Storm are celebrating at the mound. Great game. Thank you for joining us. Tale of 2 games, I tell you, folks. That's it from Hünstetten. Final once again, Hünstetten STORM 7, Cologne Cardinals 4. Jake Liberta with a complete game victory. Join us again. Join us again on the 12th of July as we do have, that will be our next home game. I've been James Passo. Thank you for joining us for these two games. Final once again, Hünstetten STORM 7, Cologne Cardinals 4. Enjoy your Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. That's all from Hünstetten. Bye for now.